Okay.
We are on air.
We are on air.
Okay. Please.
Proceed.
You have to have microphone really close. And you need headphones. Now. Can you hear me?
Oh my God. What a beautiful voice.
Yeah, and if you want to have a beautiful voice, you need the microphone really close to your mouth.
I heard. But
Yeah.
it's not hard. Like my penis. It's not hard.
Yeah, make it hard.
Nom.
Okay, so let's make some
Test.
Okay, I will. No, doesn't matter. Music. Hello, everybody. I have here these cards, and we need go through all these cards.
All the cards.
All the cards.
All the cards. I don't have all weekend.
It's Sunday, so
I know, but
we will
there are
have to
many
finish.
cards.
200 cards.
200 cards, my God.
Okay. Let me introduce my today's special guest. It's Rene Koops from Holland. He's a really good friend of mine. He's a really funny guy.
Am I?
Yeah, you are. And I am really happy that you accept invitation for this podcast, because this is my first try to make it in English.
I was quite honored. No,
Yeah.
really, I was honored.
I am honored too. So let's make it happen.
Let's be honored together.
Yeah, sure. So the first welcome in my podcast. So the first card is already done.
199 to go.
Okay. So all the podcasts, Naviják, Real, have the same scenario. It's a question about your past as a fly fisherman, as a fisherman, and also the way through fly fishing. So at first, but I want to ask you if you can introduce yourself. What do you do in Holland? What is your job? Everybody think that you are not working. Yeah, you are not making jokes and fishing, but
As less as possible.
but I know that it's not true. So, what is your job? What are you doing, please, René?
Well, I have a company in agriculture machines, in flower bulb machines for planting and harvesting. We have our own system, and for about 30 years already, we build these machines, and it makes a living. It makes a quite good living, so I can go to Czech Republic every now and then to do some fishing.
Great. And I heard make it a little bit more interesting that you have some patents.
Yes.
So can you say a few words about it?
Yes, just a few. Yes and no.
Okay.
Now we have created a system through the years that makes it possible to grow flower bulbs on different kind of grounds where in the past it was not possible to grow the tulips.
Uh-huh.
And now you are able, because we put them between two nets, we put them in, we take them out, we split the net, and we only have the bulbs and not all the ground around it.
Superb. It sounds really interesting, and even more that it, I think, can make a lot of money to see you all the time fishing. Okay, another. It's going fast.
It's only 194 to go.
I have to say that I do it like this to make you a little bit more less nervous. 40 and 50.
Ah,
Okay.
It's only 20.
Oh, it's 20,
Oh my
exactly.
God.
Can you read it? Fishing
No.
beginnings.
No. Oh, beginnings.
Beginnings.
Beginning of the fishing.
Yeah, how you start? How you start fishing? I
No.
mean, on ordinary fishing, not fly fishing. Fishing.
Well, actually, it's quite a nice story because normally children start fishing because their parents or their father is fishing.
Okay.
In my case, my mother was fishing. My parents owned a boat, and everywhere we went, when the motor stopped and the boat stopped, my mother would sit down and was angling all the time. So
Really?
I have it from my mother, and yeah, later on it was first the whitefish, and then pike perch, and then pike, and later on fly fishing.
But it was from the start. It was just with floats or with worms or kind of this
Yes,
fishing.
floats and worms. Yep.
Yeah. And
Fishing for eel, for example, with the worms.
And do you enjoy it?
Not anymore. Since I fly fish, I don't do it anymore. Not at all. Only fly fishing.
Okay, it's. I have here guests who said all the time that from father they got this hobby, yeah, but from mother you are the very first.
Yeah, but that's probably why I'm so crazy.
Okay, so this is ordinary fishing, and how it starts with you with fly fishing, because Holland, I don't think so that have a long history with fly fishing.
No. There is a history with fly fishing, but not a big one. We don't have trouts in Holland, as you might know. We only have canals, no trouts, no grayling. Actually, no salmonite fish. So we fish on whitefish. We fish on perch. And when I was 20 years ago, I was fishing from a boat, fishing perch, and I saw two guys walking on the shore, doing strange things. I didn't know what fly fishing was.
Really?
Yeah, really.
So and just 20 years ago?
Yeah, just 20 years ago. No, when I was 20.
Okay,
which is not 20 years ago.
Sorry.
I wish it was. But then later that afternoon, I met these guys in the local tackle shop. And I said, hey, what were you doing? So they told me they were fly fishing, and they told me, well, please come, have a look. And that's how it all started.
So they were so open?
Yes.
No problem to give you some information?
No, not at all. No, and that's what I like about fly fishing. Also on the highest level, not everyone, but still people share their secrets.
Secrets.
Yeah. And knowledge. Yeah.
Okay, so and it was not 20 years ago, but in your 20s. So and how long it takes that you started just immediately in the time? I mean, when you saw these guys, so you just immediately bought the tackle for fly fishing, and you go.
Yes.
And
and I did it all by myself. They offered me to come with them and teach how to cast, but I came with them. But maybe it's a narcissistic thing I have. I want to do it myself.
Okay.
So I watched them and I thought, I can do it. And the first weeks, the flies were everywhere. They were in my back, in my head, in my cheek. They were everywhere. But after 1 week, I could cast for about 5 meters.
Okay.
So, and since then, and maybe every month, 1 meter more.
And it was 1990s, 1980s?
80s, somewhere over the 80s.
So, and in the time, I think it was quite problem with materials, or in our country, it was totally impossible to buy hooks, impossible to buy good quality of rods. In your country, no problem with this?
No, actually, we had some. The hooks were the bigger problem than the rods, because we already had some rod builders who built the rod, who did some fly fishing all over the world.
Okay.
So there was Holland has a history with fly fishing, just a couple of guys, but there were rod builders making fly rods. So and they made it especially for nymphing, what we called nymphing. We still nymph, but it's quite different than the nymphing we do now.
Okay. So this is fly fishing, and another chapter of fly fishing is fly tying. What is just now I saw in your car your fly tying equipment. You said during our weekend that you forgot that you have inside your car because you are too lazy to fly your ties.
No, it's about my age, because I'm 60 now and I'm forgetting more and more. So when we're having the class, I forgot that my fly tying equipment was in the back of my car. But now you noticed it was, so I did bring it.
Yeah.
And I have at least about 50 or 70 new flies. So somewhere it happened.
Yeah, it happened with our boxes, and you buy it. You bought it. Anyway, so you started also fly tying in the time?
Yes.
And who, where you learn it? Also from these guys?
Yeah, from these guys. Well, I noticed the flies they were fishing with a red tag or some other simple nymphs they were fishing. So, and I tried every kind of material to make flies, and sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't.
Because now it's quite easy, because you can go on YouTube, you can find tutorials, as many flies as you want. But in that time it was
there was nothing.
There was nothing.
No, nothing.
Only sharing from people.
Yes, yes.
Or some magazines. Not really.
No, not really. In Holland, by the time, we didn't have any fly fishing magazine with fly tying or whatever.
Yeah.
But in that time, it was my second hobby. It was not only fly fishing, but also fly tying. So I tried really everything. And through that you find out.
Yeah, if you want to, you can.
You can make the difference with it. In the competition, it sometimes make the difference, the small details.
Okay, so you say the word competition.
Yes.
When it starts from ordinary fishing, ordinary fly fishing for just leisure time, when you became competitor?
Well, I think 25 years ago I started competing in Holland. We had our fly fishing club with competition. And I joined the competition, and we had the Dutch championship. So I also joined the Dutch championship. And in 1995, I had my first world championship. That same year, I met my new girlfriend and stopped fly fishing for 10 years because I think I had some other things on my mind. But after that, which is already now 12, 13 years ago, a friend of mine persuaded me to start fishing competitions again. And so I did, and I became team member, and ever since I am team member.
Okay, so and you have in Holland some leagues, or because in our country we have 2 leagues, first league, second league, and then some divisions, and who win divisions, the team go up to second league, and who win second league goes to first league.
No,
so
we don't.
You don't?
No, we don't have any leagues. We don't have enough fly fishermen.
So and
the Dutch competition is about 50 to 60 fly fishermen and women, also a couple of women. So that's it.
60 people just.
60 people, yeah, who competing.
Who competing. So you don't have regular some league. So you have just 1 day competition and that's all.
No.
I mean many 1 day's competition.
Yes, many. We have 5 competition days. And after that 5 competition days, we have a final. The best 30 go on to the final.
Okay.
And number 1 is number 1, like here.
How many times you were number 1?
In Holland?
Yeah.
Dutch championship 3 times.
3 times.
Yeah.
So you are 3 times national champion.
Yes.
Okay. And if you are competing in Holland or in another country, just in Holland.
Just in Holland. Only in Holland, yes.
Yeah, because I heard some countries competing also abroad. So you're competing in Holland, and on you say you don't have trouts, you don't have grayling, so you're competing on whitefish and perches.
Yes.
But I saw some pictures on Facebook. Bram posted there some rainbows. This is in some special lakes, or this is from Germany?
Fishing ponds.
Yeah, fishing ponds.
We have fishing ponds. We have a couple of fishing ponds in Holland, and during the competition we have 2 days competition on a fishing pond, but quite big fishing pond. About one is about 4 hectare, the other is 6 hectare.
Okay.
So we have a competition there, and sometimes we have it from the shore, and
also.
Yeah, we have from the shore, and also from some floating boats, kind of boats.
And from belly boats also?
We also had competition in belly boats, but there are a lot of people not a lot. There are a couple of people who don't like the fishing from the belly boats, because they have, with every fish, they have to go to the controller and blah, 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 blah. So it doesn't work in Holland.
Okay, so and competition in Dutch or Holland is one thing, and the international level. Do you need some qualify to this national team?
Yes.
You have qualification. Can you explain us the rules of your qualification?
Yes, we have the qualification. You to attend to a championship, a world championship. You need results of 3 years, the last 3 years, and you take the 3 best results of the 3 results. You put them together, then you have a number, and when you're 3 times number 1, you will have 3 points. So you are number 1 to go to the world championship, and so on. So you need 3 numbers to be able to compete in world championship.
Okay.
After 3 competition. And after that, the best 5 go to the World Championships, and after that, the current competition of the year gives you the right, when you're behind this 2-5, gives you the right to go to the European or to the Masters.
Okay, so and so if you just start as a competitor in Holland, it takes at least 3 years that you can go and your very first world championship. Yeah,
but you can after 1 year go to the European, because number 1 to 5. Well, there are 5 people over 3 years.
So you can be 6 to 10.
Where you're 6th, or sometimes one of the guys who is number 7 at that year, and have 2 super years before, he can go to the World Championship. So sometimes a number 8 goes to the European, but also can go to the Worlds.
Okay.
But after these 5 people, everyone between or right under have the right to attend to the European Championship, and it's the same for the Masters. If you're not selected for the World Championships or the European, your number count for the Masters.
Okay, if you have enough years.
That's only
age, if you have age for it.
When you're old enough.
Okay, so and another question about world or European champ, because in our country, all fishermen collect money for national teams. Some of them they don't know it, but from the money would I put to fishing union, or how call it, I think 15 crowns, about 50 cents for every fisherman from our country go to the national team. Not only fly fishing, also spinning, national team, and this and that. So our national team is traveling for World, for Euro, for not Masters, but youth team are traveling for this competition for free.
Yeah, not in Holland.
So
there is, we get, I think about €250 we get from the union.
How much? Once more?
€250.
250 just, yeah.
Yeah, and the rest we have to pay ourselves.
Yeah, because...
But that's for European and World Championships.
Yeah, because just money for World is about 1,000 at least. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Just to entry.
Yeah, the entry fee. The entry fee is 1,000 at least.
I said it because not many people knows how expensive this is. Yeah, so 250 is just really small amount which you get. Yeah.
It's a quarter.
Yeah, quarter for entry.
Yeah,
but if you are going for World Championship in Tasmania,
it'll cost at least triple.
Yeah, sure. So, and when you first were on a European or World, where it was?
It was in Ireland.
Ireland,
yeah.
Do you remember this time?
Oh yeah, I definitely did. Yeah, I do.
Was it good?
Well, it was too warm. It was too warm for the lakes, and they didn't catch a lot of fish. Nobody caught a lot of fish. It was one fish, sometimes two fish.
Okay. And do you remember your result and the result of your team? Better now.
The result of the team, it'll be somewhere last or one of the last.
Okay.
And my personal result, I was best Dutch guy with one fish, which I caught on a daddy long legs. I remember that one. They even filmed it for the Irish Federation that moment. And I think I was somewhere around 50 or I don't remember.
Just one fish in 5 sessions.
One fish, 5 sessions. Wow. But it can be worse when you go to Norway.
Yeah, I know. And I think we remember it in some before chapters. Yeah. It was horrible. It was 2013, I think, Norway.
I don't know. I took it from my brain and it's gone.
Okay, so it's like in Men in Black.
Yes.
And then another World Championship. We don't have to say all of these because you were on many.
Yes.
And if you try to remember which were the most exciting, most interesting, and please don't tell Chile Masters. It's another question.
Okay. Well, I think every championship has his moments. Every championship means not only fishing, competing, but all the time meeting friends, and that's one of the beautiful things of this sport. You have something in common. You share something, and it makes friends.
Yeah, I have it same way. Yeah, I understand what you mean. So and okay, you this was really diplomatic answer, but if you say the best result, again, don't mention Masters. The best result in ordinary.
I think it was 2 years ago, and maybe it was not the best result in numbers, because I think in Poland I was something like 18 or 19. But in 2 years ago in Tasmania, I was very happy with my result. And it could have been better, but that's for everybody. It could have been better, but I caught a lot of fish in the boats. We had 3 boat sessions, and it was insane weather, which we often have in Holland. So I know how to fish with bad weather. So I think this was Yeah, I think this was the most interesting competition, World Championship I had before.
Yeah, I saw some pictures, some photos, because it was in Tasmania, just summer started, but there was snow.
Incredible! It was incredible.
There was waves.
There were waves
house
a meter high. There was snow. I was in the boat with the first session. I was in the boat with a guy from Kiribati. This is Christmas Island. Yeah. This guy never seen snow in his life, only on television. And he was sitting in my boat and he was shaking all the time. I think his streamer made special movements that the
and.
No, he didn't get. No.
Yeah, I heard that I didn't see in the past no snow and no droughts.
No, you're right.
Yeah, I spoke about it with Mario Podmic. I met him 1 week ago, and he said that this is a special wild card by Australia. The land who is organizing World Champ can give to some country wild card to join competition, even if you are not member of FIPSMUS.
Yeah.
So they came for this wild card, and it was really wild for them. I think
they had a wild card, definitely.
Yeah, it was so strange to see such a waves on this. Normally really calm lakes. Yeah. And I think the most the bad luck it was for a team from Australia, because they were prepared.
Yeah, for the normal conditions.
They know it. Yeah, I spoke with Martin Drosch, who is as an assistant coach.
Yeah.
So, and he was so sad that it doesn't work. Yeah, but it's better. Okay, 72.
72 out of?
Can you read it?
No, Chile World Championships. No, I wanted you to tell.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is I think
the optimum moment in fly fishing. Yeah, it was.
Because you are world champ.
Yep.
From that time, it was in the year 2016 or?
No, 14, I think.
14?
I think it's already 7 years ago. Yeah.
No, 14, it was world champ in our country, and you've been here.
It's Masters.
Yeah, and you were there also?
By that time, it was possible.
It
was possible. After that, they forbid it to fish 2 World Championships.
So?
Also, the Santi Amantinis fished the World Championship and the Masters.
Okay. So skip it. Tell me about Chile, how it was. And,
great.
And you just one word is not enough.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
It was amazing. It was really amazing. I never expected this result, and I was prepared. I was actually quite happy with fishing the one fly, because a lot of people can fish with one fly or one nymph in the water. And again,
it was the rule.
It was the rule.
Just one fly everywhere.
Only, everywhere.
Lakes and also rivers.
I don't know the lakes, but definitely the rivers. It was one fly.
Okay.
And again, like in Tasmania, the wind. In Holland, we always have wind. Tasmania, we had a lot of wind. Chile, always wind. And we can fish with wind.
So you're used to, yeah.
So that's one thing that helped me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So and a bit of luck, of course.
Yeah, it's all the time. Yeah, you can be really good fisherman, and if you don't have enough luck, you won't be world champion. But can you tell us all sessions a little bit? Explain more detailed.
Well, actually, my first session, I don't remember the names because I fished too many rivers to remember all the names. But the first session, there was a big school of grayling, and I was right behind it. I was sitting next to the shore to the controller, and I moved my rod and I put the fish in the net to the controller. He took the hook out, and I was already fishing before he had measured the fish. Let's say, but I was able to fish as soon as we were finished. Put my signature and fish again, and the fish was so close. So it was.
And it was grayling.
It was grayling.
I didn't know that there were grayling.
Yeah,
in
there
Chile.
were grayling. Yeah,
grayling.
Definitely. In this river, there was grayling.
So, and how many did you catch?
I think 58.
58.
And it was there was half an hour. There was some factory upstream, some food factory, and every now and then they put
food or some
food or whatever it was in the water, and the water it stink, and for half an hour no fish at all. So the fish, it was in the 50 fish, but it could have been more, because for half an hour we couldn't fish. But not only for me, of course,
for everybody,
for all the competitors. But this session I became number one, so I was very lucky. The second session we had to fish on a lake. We had 4 sessions, which were 2 on a river, 2 on a lake, and the second one on the lake, it was not such a big lake, but I thought to fish on the shore, there were stones on the shore, and I had a streamer, I call it a flasher, and we had a couple of laughs about it, because Milan Tubic, he was also there, and I caught fish, and of course he caught fish also, but I caught just a little more than he did. And we were in the same group. So the second session we fished from the boat, and there was, I don't remember how many fish, I think about 15 or 16 fish from the boat. And
quite a lot also.
Yeah, it was a lot. But there was another boat which also had the same numbers, but mine were bigger. First time in my life, mine was bigger.
And again, first?
Again, I was first. So, and then it starts aching in your head.
Yeah. And one question: you were the very first time in Chile?
Yes. Never been there before. Never seen it before.
Okay. Third session.
On
Masters is just 4.
4 session. Okay. Yeah.
So in half, you are totally in on the first place.
Yes. 2 once.
2.
Yes. Yeah. I'm very happy.
And about how many? 74 fish. Great.
And then third session, also I don't remember the name of the river, but I remember it was windy, and it was a very nice part. Yeah, it's awful, so windy everywhere. But I remember I checked the river, and I numbered how many fish was possible to catch in that particular area. So I thought, this will be a good number for a good ranking again. And I think I thought it could be 12, and I caught, I think, 15. So even better. And again, for the third day, I became first. So I had three first places.
And then it must be really hard.
Yeah.
In your brain, isn't it?
Yeah. No, the most worst part was the last session, which I had to join with Milan Tubic in the boat.
You were, yeah.
So this was the very last session, and the weather, it was so worse. It was raining and hailing, and there was the life brigade was around with boats for if something happens. And we went to a place far away, because the boatsman said, let's go there, not so much wind, and we fished. And well, actually, again, I caught, I don't know, I think...
more than Milan?
More than Milan, definitely more than Milan. Yeah, we have a very nice story about this streamer because after this session in the boat, Milan asked me, "What did you fish with?" So I said, "With a
Christmas tree."
Yeah, with a Christmas tree. Yeah, with a flasher. And I said, "I have two. I still have two. So if you want," no, he said, "No, I don't. I have my own, and it's good." And then the last session we were together in the boat, and I caught my first. I caught my second. I caught my third. I caught my fourth. And then Milan from the other side of the boat, "Give me the fucking streamer." So I sneezed. And some Christmas tree was floating through the boat. And he started catching fish too. And also in this session, I caught the biggest fish of the tournament, which was 64, I think. In the boat with Milan. I had the biggest fish. I was 4 times first.
I didn't know it that you was 4 times first.
Yes.
So it's incredible.
Incredible, yeah. But to be honest, I was lucky because there were also the 2 Santiamatinis were also competing. And we had 3 groups. And the other 2 groups, there was 1 Santiamatini.
Okay.
And I was in the 3rd group with Milan and, of course, a couple of other guys. But I don't know if I would have been in the group with one of the Santiamatinis. I don't know if I would have won.
But if you will be 4 times first, you will win even.
I don't know. I don't know. But I was happy.
I understand what you wanted to say. Yeah.
A great moment.
Yeah. I saw some pictures and it was incredible to see you on the top. And then our guys, they finished on second place.
Yeah.
It was incredible because one guy totally without any experience in competition.
No.
Jiří.
Yeah, I know.
Milan, okay, really good competitor. The other guy, Jirka, Daněk, and Petr also, but never been in national teams. All of them, and they finished second.
Yeah.
And they, I think, some part of competition even were on first place.
I don't know. I really don't.
Doesn't matter.
I was too busy with thinking about my place.
Your brain, yeah, I understand. And you've been there just alone or with team?
No, I was there. We didn't have a team.
So just
no, not just me. There was one other guy who was also a Dutch guy who was competing, and we went together.
Okay, it must be. It had to be really great way back home. Yeah.
They waited for me on Schiphol Airport, playing the national anthem, and there were flags and everything. Yeah,
really?
It was,
yeah, World Championship. It's
and the funny part because normally they play the national anthems, and they studied, of course, the national anthem of Chile because they expected Chile. They practiced the Italian and they practiced the Czech national anthem, but they didn't. They never tested the Dutch national anthem.
So and they finally had it, or
no, not at the competition. No. I had it on Schiphol Airport with family and friends. It was incredible.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
it sounds really great. Okay, it was, I think, peak of the fishing career. Or do you expect that will be even better in World Champ sometimes?
No. I think this was the best result ever.
Yeah, and now you are in preparing phase to another Masters, isn't it?
Yes.
How it was? You were there, I think, 4 days ago.
Yes, I was there with Milan Čuvík, and we checked the places where we will fish, and we did some fishing together, and very nice place. A lot of fish. We didn't fish on the 3rd sector, but sector 1, sector 2, there was a lot of fish, and it was fun.
Yeah, you think it will be okay?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Maybe for this, but for this older competitor, it can be really hard to run with every fish. It can be about 50 fish.
I don't know.
Competition?
I really don't know.
I think so.
It might be hard, but then they have to train, like I have.
Okay. So another question is here. Do you think in a future about career as a coach?
I'm already coach for I think about 5 years now,
so
for the European team,
Mm-hmm.
and not for the master, but for the European team. And since last year, we also have a woman team, so I'm trying to coach them also.
Yeah, I understand women team. Yeah, it suits you. Yeah, I think so. So, and I all the time ask about if you have any friend, or not friend, so close friend, but person as a competition hero that you, I don't know how explain it in English, that you want to be as this person.
No, I don't want to be
other person.
No, I don't want to be any person, but I do admire people because of what they achieved, like Lubos Rosa did. He is 3-time world champion now, youth and
3 times youth and adult, and 1 time European.
Yeah, it's then you are the best, not the best, but the best.
Okay.
And that's and through the years we became friends, and every time, also this last weekend, now we had our class here on Stratka. Again, I had a little detail which I learned. So every time, because we don't grow up with fly fishing, it's not in our system. And you grow up with fly fishing, so the fly fishing becomes in your system, and I have to make hours to get new things, to achieve more natural feeling with the fishing, with the water, and every time I learn a little.
Yeah, especially these guys like Lubos and other younger, because they started so early. Also, when I spoke with Saïd Yahoui, former manager from French team, so he said that when he is tying fly, it took 15 minutes. These young guys like Gigi, Gregor, or other Sebastian Delcor, they are like tying machine. So they are, and then that's all of this, tying, fishing. So they are doing this so long.
Yeah, but I think every little detail, it helps to become better and better.
Sure. Another question. I don't think so that you are such a equipment freak. So what do you prefer when you are going on lake? Which you like kind of equipment? Which kind of equipment? Rods?
Well, I have a rod and
reel.
I have a rod, a reel, and a line, and depends on the depth of the lake. I prefer, and again, this Lubos, this line, this Hoover line.
Okay,
it's a perfect line to fish, and if it's deeper, I take a sinking line or intermediate or fast. I also fish a lot with the fast intermediate, and I by changing speed, I change the fishing in what layer, on what depth. So that's what I prefer.
Yeah, but you are not such that you are going to lake without flies and just cast and try different rods, different flies, different fly lines. So you are not testing it. You are just fishing, and if you satisfied with this, you are competing with this.
Yes. But before I go, I have my particular line with a particular rod, and it doesn't matter because I have Sage, I have Loomis, I have Hanak, I have several brands, rod brands, but every line has its own rod.
Okay, so
and when I fish somewhere, I want to know how deep it is.
So you take Hanak because
For example.
it suits the fast intermediate, for example.
Yeah.
Okay.
For example. Yeah.
Okay. What about rivers? Which kind of equipment? Because for your explanation, when I asked David Hlumsky about equipment, he said that he likes longer rod. Another guy said, I don't like over 10 feet. I like shorter. Other guy said, I like really light rods, number 2, Aftma. Another guy said, no, I don't go under 3, Aftma. So what is your preference?
I prefer 10 foot 2.
10 foot 2.
That's my, yeah.
Even
sometimes 11 foot 2, 11 foot 3. But normally I use the 10 foot 2.
10 foot 2, and which brand, if you can say?
I have several. Of course, I have several.
How many rods do you have?
About 40.
40, okay.
All kind of brands. But the last period I fished with Solderini tackle rod, Hydropsyche competition or something, and I broke it this weekend.
This weekend
This weekend I broke it, yes. And I also fished the Hanak Nymph rod with a little extension.
Okay.
And this rod is already here in Czech Republic because I gave it to Milan because it was a 4th section rod, but now it's 8 section since I sit on my suitcase to close it and the rod was between it. So I'm waiting for Milan to have it repaired. Too big.
You will wait.
I know, I will wait.
8
hey, but now all Czech Republic knows, so
or world
remind him.
All
world knows it. Yeah.
Okay.
Even worse.
So Aftma 2,
10
longer,
foot.
10 foot.
Yes.
Even for dry fly.
For dry fly, I have a Sage SLT 8 foot 9. So let's say 9 foot. 9 foot for a 3.
Okay. And streamer?
All 10 foot.
10 foot. So
yeah,
such a long.
All 10 foot. Yeah. I like to fish with a 10 foot rod. I don't know why, but it's
you like it.
When you have a hill behind you, something like that. It's for me, it's the best rod. It's an easy rod.
Okay, it was about equipment, and now we are 110 already.
Okay.
Fishing for pleasure. I know part of our life as a competitor is competition and preparing for competition. And do you have time, and do you go sometimes for just fishing for pleasure?
Many times.
Many times?
Yeah, many times go for pleasure. And it's also, I call it hours. Because making hours in the river, for me, it's not only pleasure, but also learning and to get things in my system, which I cannot do in Holland. So I have to travel a lot.
Yeah, we call it rod hours.
Yeah, rod hours. Yeah. But every rod hour for me is pleasure.
Yeah. And if you go for pleasure, so now you explain that you count it also as a part of practice, part of learning, part of before competition. But if you want to go for adventure trip, where you want to go? Or have you been such a trip?
No, I did go to Cuba for a couple of times, and I like it. It's fun, but when there's no sun, you have a problem. So then, I did side fishing. Side fishing on the.
So and when it's not
when there's
shining,
no sun, you don't see the fish. So that's quite difficult, and then you have to lay down near the pool, and that's nice for a day. But when you have to do it 4 days, when you have 10 days for fishing,
okay,
no.
And other part of the world, I mean, for pleasure for fishing, New Zealand or.
I've been there. I've been there. I've been in New Zealand. I've been in Australia. I've been in Canada. And when I'm there, of course, I fish. I did particularly go.
But you mean you've been there as a part of championship?
Also, but also when I, for example, we have machines running in New Zealand, in Canada, and I make the trip for business.
Business trip.
And of course, I bring my rods. That's a detail.
Okay. And which part of it's hard to say because somebody can be hurt. Which part of world do you like most for fishing?
I think the North Island of New Zealand. I think this is together with Tasmania. Tasmania also has the lakes in Tasmania I really love, and the north part of New Zealand with the green part. Let's call it the green part. Beautiful.
Around Taupo and
above Taupo, even above Taupo. Yeah.
Okay. And what about Czech Republic?
Well, I'm here for the. They are asking me if I have a double passport, so I don't have to explain how many times I have been here and will be here.
Yeah, I understand.
I already booked a flight for in 6 weeks, so.
Okay, I understand. Okay, now we have some question.
Oh, I thought a coffee break.
No, coffee break, not yet. Sorry. Okay. I call it top 7. Top 7.
Top 7, this was a small trout.
7 question, 7 fast answers. For you, the most favorite dry fly?
I think it's your own fly. You invented it. Yeah. The rocker. I think this is my favorite fly since last year, because before last year I didn't even know it existed. But ever since, I fished everywhere with the fly, and almost everywhere where you fish with this fly, you will catch. And sometimes you need a smaller, a bigger, or a very small one.
Okay.
But it's a perfect fly.
So Rockerka.
Rockerka, yeah.
The most favorite wet fly?
Wet fly. You won't believe it. I never fish wet flies.
Really?
Yeah.
No hardest favorite? No, such as spiders?
No, nothing. Sometimes some little spider thing, but no.
Same answer was by Vojta Unger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why fish a wet fly when a nymph works?
Yeah, that's true. And about nymphs, the most favorite?
The most favorite nymph at this moment is a Vojta nymph. You mentioned him now, and a simple nymph with a red tag.
Okay.
And the last few days it worked for the best, and I have been changing up and down, but they wanted this one the most.
Great.
But in Holland I have my own. I call it a quickie.
Quickie?
A quickie. And it's only a quickie. It's only because you can tie it quick. It's only a bead, green peacock with some black
color.
A black collar, and that's it. And you can tie it with, I think, in a minute, 1.5 minutes maybe, but not more.
And which kind of fish you?
All kind of fish. All kind of fish eat it.
Okay. A quickie.
A quickie. It's nothing more, nothing less.
Okay. Another question. Your favorite streamer?
I think my favorite streamer is the yellow one with a little orange made by Lubos.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
We call it in our language lutka. In translation can be yellowish, kind of this.
Yeah. That's, and I have them in several colors, But I think the movement you can make with this streamer in combination with the marabou, it makes some difference.
Okay. Favorite water? River? Lake?
River.
No. Which river?
Oh, which river?
Favorite
Favorite river all times. I really don't know. I like so many rivers. I think number one will be the 29p Vltava, the Devil Stones. It's amazing surrounding with the woods and the stones, and that's a real beautiful place. And there's a lot of fish, not big fish, but a lot of fish.
Many. For people who don't know Devil Stones, this is part of Vltava between dams, and it's very steep, really huge stones, really huge boulders, quite tricky to wade there. But if you catch the fish from the bottom, it's black as a night. It's really dark.
Yeah, beautiful fish.
Yeah, I like it also. Lake?
Oh, that's a hard one. I don't fish lakes that much, but it's definitely not Kvetinov. No,
it's also answer.
It's probably one of the natural lakes with fish, but I don't fish lakes that often. Sometimes Slovakia, what's the name? The Dinky. The Dinky,
yeah.
I like very much. It's nice fishing with the shores and the stones, and yeah.
Okay. And the last question from top 7, the most favorite competition. I have to say that these questions are targeted to Czech because we have so many competition. So, and all the time we say Hanak Open, Koba Memorial, or another. So maybe for, what do you think?
Well, when I have the possibility to compete on Hanak Open, I come. I've been there for a couple of times, but it's a difficult period, so I'm not always able to come. When I have a busy time in the company, I'm not able to come. But I really like the competition.
Yeah,
the 2 fishermen, 1 guy on the shore, and the latest competition, the rule for showing the fish and don't have to go to the shore, and that's fantastic. I like very much.
I have to correct you because we show the fish, but you have to touch the bank. You have to go out.
Okay.
just touched, and you can go after controller say, okay, you can go.
Okay.
But you don't have to go exactly to controller.
No.
Just touch the closest part of your bank. Yeah. Okay. Another small trout.
Again, small trout. It's Vratka trout.
It's Vratka trout. Unforgettable fish. If I say it, which fish is in your mind?
Probably this big trout I mentioned earlier, the 64 centimeter brown trout, which is also the biggest brown trout I ever caught, together with Milan in the boat.
And Milan saw it.
Yeah, and Milan saw it. Yeah, with the big Christmas tree hanging out of his mouth. So yeah, I think that one.
What did you get for this biggest trout in the competition?
Nothing.
Nothing?
No, nothing.
Just fame?
Yeah, just fame, but it's enough.
Yeah, it's enough. Okay. Small trout. Fuck up. Many people think that competitors are without mistakes, without any problems, but sometimes we do during competition some fuck up, some mistake. Do you remember some your?
No, I never.
Never.
I never mistake. No. I told you before, I'm a little narcissistic, so I don't make mistakes. I never fuck up. No, I have it so many times. So many times, yeah.
And one which is above others?
Yeah, maybe one. I think the biggest fuck up cost me my national championship. I think it's about 5 years ago.
Okay.
I had a big trout. We had a competition for the Dutch championships, and I had a real big trout, and I couldn't manage because it sounds like your reel, but then faster. And we were fishing from a belly boat, and I was bringing it back, and one guy in a belly boat, he just he paddled through my line, and this fish was gone. And that cost me this fish cost me the first place in the overall ranking.
But it wasn't your fuck up. It was fuck up of this guy.
Oh, but I was fucked up.
You were
and
pissed
not just
off.
I was.
Okay. Okay, this is fuck up, and I just want to. I like these spats. I have to use it. I have to use it.
You're a big child.
Advice for rookies.
Advice for rookies. Keep on practicing.
Keep on. Okay, good advice. Oh, I leave it. No, I will touch it. Okay. I have like this. It's about fuck up.
That's a fuck up one.
Yeah. And another.
That's when you show your
No. No, and this is when you show.
Of course.
Okay, gadget. I all the time ask experienced
I have my fly in the tree. I like to take risks, or when I have to take risks and fish close to the bank, I'll be in the trees quite often, so I don't think I pull and I snap my line. I always have my line underneath my fly line one size bigger than my tippet.
Okay.
So, and there's a knot on the end of that first part, and I always carry small rolls with 2 flies on it.
Mm-hmm.
The flies I will use, I want to use, I prefer to use in different size. So when I snap, I pull it in, and within 1 minute I'm fishing again. So I'm not tying flies or whatever. I only have to connect 3 times through, pull, and fish.
To micro ring immediately, and you go for fish.
No micro ring. No, I have a micro ring on my fly line. After that, I have my tippet. Let's call it tippet.
Mm-hmm.
But when I fish with 6X,
okay,
I put the first 75 centimeter. I do 5X. So when I snap something, all the time this 5X will still be on my micro ring. So I only have to connect the piece of line with the 2 flies, and within 1 minute, less than a minute, I'm fishing again. And that's something I see a lot of guys also during championships. They are changing flies and they snap, and they have to make new leaders, and it's not a gadget, but that's a thing I have, which helps me in time, because every time your fly is not in the water, you won't catch any fish.
Sure. Yeah. I prepare also some spare leaders. I have these spools from plastic. I have it prepared, and also I learned it from Pavel Machaň, because he was member of our team, and he's already in pension kind of, but he was preparing so many these spools. And I learned it by him. Okay, that's great advice. And that's it.
No, really.
We are finished. Yeah.
Let's hope they didn't take all the things from my trunk, which was open. I thought it would be 5 minutes with an open window.
Okay, Rene, thank you very much that you gave us your time. It was a pleasure to meet you, and for me it was quite stressful to make it in English, but I hope that I did it well.
Ah, you did it well. Yeah,
and
definitely.
You did it great also.
Thank you for invitation.
And I'm looking forward to go to Brno for some beer.
I'm looking forward to.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Okay. I thought it would be 5 or 10 minutes or so.
You thought?
Yeah, really. But because I never seen your podcast on where, I don't know.
You know, the longest 3.5 hours.
No.
Really? I thought that you know it.
No, I never seen it. Really, I never seen it. I know. I only see pictures on Facebook.